Hi, it's Bay bringing you Captain Tsubasa Tatakae Dream Team, the Japanese version, but I think it's going to be relevant to those who are playing the global version because you're already really close to where the Japanese version is at, and I'm sure soon there will be all the passives that we just got in the Japanese version. So I think it's going to be very important both for those who are playing Japanese and global, sorry. So what I'm gonna be talking about today is the new passives I think we've been all waiting for, and they are Natureza, Matsuyama, Diaz. These are Fest characters, and Tachibana twin brothers from the Dream Collection, and then the normal transfer characters: Nita, the red Nita, red Gentile, red Vulcan, green Pierre, and Napoleon. And let me go over each passives. So for Natureza, it's pretty good. 15% up for all parameter when going up against Japanese characters. So there's so many Japanese. All the good goalies are Japanese at the moment. Of course, you know, now there's Salinas and Zeno and Espadas that they just came. But in terms of the level of the skill, I think it's gonna be, you'll still need time for those non-Japanese goalkeepers to catch up with the Japanese ones, because the Japanese ones were already here from before. So yeah, I think what Club is trying to do is balance the goalkeepers, the past goalkeepers, Wakabayashi and Wakashimazu, to the new ones that just arrived, like Salinas, Zeno, and Espadas, by giving these strong passives that will be strong against the Japanese goalkeepers or Japanese characters. I think it balances, you know, the new goalkeepers who are not Japanese. Well, all of them are not Japanese, the new one. So I think that's what they're trying to do. So Natureza 15% up against Japanese, and Matsuyama combination Misugi. So if Misugi is in the starting lineup together, all the parameter of Matsuyama will go up by 10%. And Diaz, this is also pretty good. So it's a green type killer. All parameter will go up by 15% like Natureza if going up against green. Okay? So normally, this type of killer passives only get you only get like 10%. It was like that in the past, right? Like Revol 11, I forgot who, but yeah. So it's pretty big that he gets 15. 15 is big difference, I would say. So yeah, I'll go over all the detailed stats in a moment after I finish going over all the others. So Tachibana twin brothers, we already knew that the interception was coming, auto interception, but the percentage, we found out that it's 30%. I thought it was going to be 50, but it's 30. So it sounds like it's a bit weak compared to the green Natureza or who else was there? The all Japan Misaki. But I think this was the right move for Club, because if they both had 50%, it's gonna be super annoying. Every once in two times, someone will do an auto interception, and these guys have S rank skills, right? So it's annoying. It's just so annoying. So yeah, it's pretty much, I would say it's good that they only gave them 30%. I'm talking about in terms of the balance, you know. I think it's gonna be a really bad balance if they had 50%, because all the others already have 50. So yeah, it would have been really annoying for yeah, if you have to, well, yeah. And for Nita, it's the power of the low ball shot will go up by 30%. And Gentile is stand firm, so it's like Misugi and Bunnak, green Bunnak. So that's good, right? And Vulcan is stamina killer, so if Vulcan matches up against opponent, the opponent will lose additional 15% of his stamina. And Napoleon and Pierre, they have a combination, Napoleon for Pierre, Pierre for Napoleon. And they are each 10% boost. Okay? So let's go into depth how these things are. Oops. I better turn on the music. It's a bit too quiet, I think so. So here it is. From the left, Natureza. So Natureza's passive is 15% boost against Japanese characters. So I've already done the 15, so these are the figures. So he's of course really edgy on shot. It's above 8,000 and his power is 6,000, almost 500. That's good. That is good. And I left Napoleon on the left on purpose to compare the new passive characters to Napoleon, who is the #1 Dreamfest characters at the moment. Dreamfest meaning, I guess, the #1 overall. Yeah, and this Napoleon is already taking into account Pierre's passive. Well, combination Pierre passive. So if you compare Natureza with Napoleon, well, in terms of shot, Napoleon is much higher because his power is around 8,000 and his shot is 8,700, and yeah, it's both exceeding Natureza by far. But because Natureza is a AM character, he's also good with dribble, way better than Napoleon, and he's also really high stats on defense. Look at his tackle, it's above 7,000, and block and interceptions are also above 6,000. So he basically could do anything. He's strong with everything when it comes to going up against Japanese characters. Okay, that's the limitation. So unlike Napoleon, where as long as Pierre is there on the pitch, he'll be strong. Natureza, if the opponent is using many non-Japanese characters, it's not gonna work. Yeah, that's the thing. But because Captain Tsubasa is a Japanese IP, there's so many Japanese strong characters, so I think this pass is very strong. Like Nankatsu Tsubasa's passive, which is all parameter boost by 20% when going up against Japanese like him. Yeah, and we already have the experience of using that Nankatsu Tsubasa, and it's super strong, so I'm sure this Natureza will be very useful. Even more, yes. So this is his stats. He's almighty. He could do everything, but very edgy, I would say, on shot, and pretty edgy on dribble because his speed is above 7,000 as well. Yeah. And as for Diaz, Fest Diaz, the red one, after the boost, it's gonna be like this, and his boost is green type killer. So if you go up against green type, all parameter will go up by 15%. Okay, so this is strong. So, well, it's a limitation again. I would say this limitation is stricter than Natureza's, because Natureza, it's if you go up against any Japanese, everything will boost by 15%. That's not that hard, right? Because there's so many Japanese characters. Whereas for Diaz, there could be, you don't know what kind of opponent you'll face until you actually face the opponent. And by the time you face the opponent, you can't change this Diaz, even though you find out that the opponent is using all blue, right? So today the trend is we try to use one or two color only, right? So if the opponent is not using green at all, this doesn't work at all. So it's like a 1/3 chance. Yeah, so it's stricter. That's probably why he has 15% boost. Yeah, but if you go up against green, like for example, if this Diaz goes up against the new Wakabayashi, the green one, he will be a killer. Wakabayashi killer for sure. And Napoleon is also like Wakabayashi killer because he's already red. So his shot is 8,700 Napoleon, and his power is 7,900. Whereas this new Diaz, taking into account the boost, his shot will be 8,600 and power will be above 7,000. So it's still weaker than Napoleon, but very close. It's much closer than before. So I'm definite that this Diaz will now become a green Wakabayashi killer for sure. So if I see, because I'm using green Wakabayashi on my Japanese account, if I face opponent who's using two top with Napoleon and Diaz, I'm dead. I'm over, seriously. So that's how big of a problem these guys are for a Wakabayashi user like me. And even Natureza, although Natureza is blue, and I'm supposed to have advantage against Natureza for Wakabayashi Green, because it's a Japanese character killer. Sorry. Although Natureza has disadvantage against Green, he still has Japanese character killer, so he will be stronger, way stronger against Wakabayashi. So yeah, it's really gonna be hard for those who are using either Wakabayashi or Wakashimazu, because there's been so many characters with super good passives that will kill these Japanese goalkeepers. Yeah, so I think that's what Club is trying to do is balance the goalkeepers, because the new ones, although their stats are really good now, Salinas, Zeno, and Espadas, they're good. It's just hard to catch up in terms of the level of the skill. But by giving these strong skills against Japanese characters to these existing characters by giving new passives, it'll, I think, balance all the goalkeepers. So for newcomers, I think it's gonna be easier to catch up. Yeah, I think that's the aim, what Club is aiming to do. Right. Okay, and Matsuyama, I think everyone was looking forward for a good passive for Matsuyama, and he gets all parameter boost by 10% if Misugi is there. So in terms of how strict it is, it's way light compared to the first two characters I just introduced. So it's good, but it's only 10%, and this Matsuyama was already a bit weak out of all the Fest characters. So although after 10%, as you can see here, the overall total right here on the bottom is 54,000, which is like all the other Fest without using this passive. So Matsuyama was just too weak in the past. I think he was like 40-something thousand, 49,000 or something. So yeah, way weak compared to the other Fest characters, because all the other Fests were somewhere around 53 to 55,000. Yeah. So finally, with this passive, Matsuyama is at the same level of all the other Fests. So I don't know. I was expecting. I think it should have been much nicer if he had like at least 15%. Yeah. But well, still, by getting this combination 10%, and it's like anytime, because it's not that hard to meet the limitation. I guess it's okay, of course. Yeah. So he's a very strong tackler with 7,400 and speed at 5,600. Yeah. And also he's a pretty strong interceptor and passer. Well, he's really balanced, and I've been saying this in the past already, but in this game, I guess characters who are doing DM, like him or Levin, Club tries to balance like the character. So that's probably why he's not that edgy, but he's pretty much the same with Levin, I would say. The balance, but more defensive. His overall defense stats is 19,000. That's pretty damn high, and yeah, because he has a main skill S rank tackle. Yes, and he's also a good interception character as well. So he's a DM character, so he doesn't really need block, right? So I think it really it's really understandable how they balanced it. Yeah, so that's good. And next one is Pierre, the normal green Pierre, because he also has got the combination 10% with Napoleon. I might as well thought going over it together with the Fest characters, and this is how it is. So it's not super good, of course. It's a normal gacha or transfer character. So, but because this Pierre is a tackler Pierre with a butterfly tackle, his tackle is on its 7,000 after 10% boost, and his speed is 6,251. So it's like similar to the Matsuyama, Fest Matsuyama, really, because I did the math on the very right, as you can see here. His Matsuyama's tackle, after adding speed on top of the tackle, it's gonna be 10,229. Whereas Pierre, it's gonna be 10,194. So the difference between the two is like slight. It's only like 30 something. So as you can tell from here, this Pierre is a very strong tackler. Yes. All the other figures aren't that super strong. It's like decent. But in terms of tackle, when it comes to tackle, this guy is strong. Yeah. So for those who have this green Pierre and don't have other Pierre like the blue one or the Fest Pierre, I think it's a good option. If you want to go defensive, this Pierre might be better than the blue Pierre, because although the blue Pierre got 30% passive together with Napoleon, combination Napoleon, he is more of an offensive character. So if you want to do offense, if you want to be aggressive and put weight on offense, blue Pierre is the character. But if you want to go defensive, then this Pierre might be better. Yes. Well, at least for the tackle part, yes, it is. And last but not least, Napoleon. So after the passive, he now has 6,200 shot power and 5,700 power. So finally, it's better. It's much better. It's much better. Before this passive came, as a forward character, I would say he wasn't that good. Oh, sorry. Please ignore the position part, because I just copy and pasted this and I forgot to change those. And you guys all know, what Napoleon does, right? The green Napoleon. So yeah, he's now on its 6,000. Above 6,000 in terms of shot and 5,700 in terms of power. Now he's okay, or better than okay, for shot, and he now becomes a very good passer. Yeah, above 7,000 and 6,300 on technique. So that's pretty good. Being edgy in this game is something that's really important, I would say. So although he's a forward character, I think there is a way to use him. If you put him on like a side position and put someone strong like Hino in the center, I think this guy could become a very good passing assisting character. Yeah, like Pascal, the Dream Collection Pascal. Yeah. So for those who get Dream Collection Pascal and who has this Napoleon, and you could put Hino in the center and put both of these characters on the side, and it's gonna be super annoying. Yeah. So that might be the way to use this Napoleon. Yes. So I guess that's basically about it. Other than that, I'll just go real quick on the other events and stuff. So the 10 million download event is here. They give you on the first login, they gave us already the 10 gacha tickets with one slot SSR guaranteed, and they'll give you once in 2 days the 10 million download special medals. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 medals from here. And also on day 15, the last day, they'll give you SSR Black Ball. And day 13, they give you 10 SR or above tickets. And on day 9, they will give you Black Ball SR. 10 of them, okay? That's pretty good. Yeah. And they'll also give us all these items. Yeah, and also the shop to exchange the special medal that we obtain is open, and that is already here. And only important thing is this SSR guaranteed ticket. Other than that, it's not something we need, so it's okay. So how to collect 100 medals is by logging in, as I already mentioned here. You'll get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So you need still 30 more. And how to collect those are by doing the event. Yeah, special event. So they give you probably every day 4, 8, 19 of these medals. Yeah, 19 of these medals every day. So for I don't know how long, but it's pretty easy, right? It's pretty easy. As long as you log in and get the login bonus and do the mission, you'll definitely reach 100 medals. So yeah, do that. And what else? What else? Dream Collection, of course, is here, and Challenge Road is here, and this challenge part of this South American event is here. So now you have the chance to get this Santana, which I already did a video on, because global version they already gave out this Santana, and you'll only be able to use these characters you were able to get and train in the past event. It's still here, so for those who haven't done the training and stuff, you still have the chance to do it. So do that, because you'll be needing them as well on this EX challenge road. And again, they'll give out level 5 times 2 of this jump block S rank for Misugi. So for those who have Misugi, you should definitely go after this, even if it's not the Dreamfest Misugi. I think it's useful. Yeah. And be sure not to skip the old road challenge road part, because you could still get the dream ball for the first clearing bonus. So you wouldn't want to skip and lose like 19 or 20 of them. So yeah, don't skip, because you'll lose dream balls by skipping. And it says on road, where did it say? I forgot. I think I mentioned this already, but at road 1 and 2, they'll require you to use the event Brazilian or South American characters. So do train these characters and level these skills, because you'll need them, because I know that EX is really strong, hard. And after that, they will require you Mexican characters. Yes. And also, from Monday, there's gonna be this Dream Pot, second Dream Pot event, where it seems like you might be able to get the gacha limited character. I think the pictures here, Misugi, Akai, and Aoi, these are from the limited gacha, right? They might give out this. Yeah, because the pictures are the same, you know? They might really give these gacha limited characters. Yeah, you never know, but it's coming from Monday, and this time they will put this question mark slot, and I don't know how it's gonna work by just reading this text. So let's just wait until Monday. Yeah, and since I mentioned some stuff about Dream Pot, I'll go over the first Dream Pot prize, which was Tachibana Twin. For those who are playing the global version, you might want to know how strong these characters are, and I would say these are really strong, even compared to Dream Collection ones. So this is their stats. It doesn't look that good, right? But it's really edgy on, for example, this is Kazuo. It's really edgy on defense for Kazuo. So look at his defense stats. It's almost 17,000, and especially his block is 6,600. And his power is 5,200, so it's decent. So when it comes to block, he's pretty strong, okay? And he has S rank Skylab block, so that's why it's good. And he also has as a sub skill A rank combination, twin combination or duo or whatever, and A rank Skylab interception. And his combination passive is pretty good. Combination Masao, so all his parameter will go up by 5%. It's 5%, but still. So if you please do the math, but it looks weak, but if you do 5% on top of this, like for example, Taco is 5,100, but if you do 5%, it's gonna be like 250やから、like about 5,500. So that's pretty decent, right? Same goes to interception, right? So that was Kazuo. He's a defensive character. He could do both AM and DM. And as for Masao right here, he'll be able to do offense. His offense stat is almost like 17,000, really weighted on shot, 6,650 almost, and his power is again around 5,200, so decent like Kazuo. Yeah, and he has Skylab twin shot, which you need Jito and Kazuo together. And because it's a S rank shot, it's pretty damn strong. 490, guys. This is strong. You know that, right? You could tell, but it's stronger than Raiju's shot, by the way. Yeah, and again, like Kazuo, he has a duo A rank, and this time, unlike Kazuo, he's offensive, so he has twin shot A rank. So you could tell how strong this guy is in terms of shot, right? So if you compare him with this Dream Collection Masao, in terms of shot, he is definitely way better. And what's good about this new Dream Pod Masao is he could do forward. He could do both forward and AM. And his shot is strong. And he of course has the same passive as Kazuo, 5% boost. So voila, it's good. It's a very powerful shooting, a striker type of character. And I think many of us could use him even after comparing it to gacha limited characters. Yeah, unless you compare it with like Fest limited or collection limited. Yeah, because yeah, so if you are looking for a very strong red type shooter, he might be the guy. So stay tuned for that, for those who are playing global, because it's good. And because these two characters were good, I think the next Dream Pod gacha event we could count on, or we could look forward to, I would say. Yes. So that's about it for today. I hope it was helpful. Yeah, so please do subscribe and stay tuned for my future videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.